Hey everybody, I'm Jay. This is Krista. Say I do forever back at you. We would just like to take a moment and say thank you to Tyson and the rest of the crew over at Full Steam Espresso in Twin Falls.
In Twin Falls. This is what's getting us through the day.
That's right. I'm full of energy now.
And here on Money Mondays,
Money Monday.
we often talk about where are you spending money and to be careful not to spend too much on coffees. But we have to say, if you have put it in the budget, you can have all the coffee you want.
It's in the budget.
It's in the budget. So
today we're talking about money habits, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Definitely. Well, what is a habit? Basically, it's something that you're not even aware that you're doing. Webster's dictionary defines it as a settled or regular tendency or practice that is hard to give up. Well, your habits could be something that you just do every day, the time you give up, or
Like smoking.
Smoking.
And then you can just chew on these instead of smoke.
Yep, bad habits like that. Same with money. You might be doing some habits that you're not even aware that you're doing.
Right.
So it's good to stop and analyze what bad habits are you doing that are going to make you poor, or what good habits can you replace those with that will help you have a better financial future.
That's right.
So Jay, why don't you start talking to us about the number one bad money habit? We're going to have a list of money habits.
Number one bad money habit is live beyond your means. Max out all your credit cards, spend everything that comes in and more. So I don't know how many times, party over here. I don't know how many times people have said where I've worked in the past, I can't stand this. I live paycheck to paycheck. I barely make ends meet.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you live paycheck to paycheck, you might want to look at where your money is going. You know, maxing out all your credit cards, really, really bad idea. You shouldn't even have any credit cards. You should pay them off and cut them up and close them.
Yep. Is all your money, like you get paid that day, you cash it out, you put it in your pocket, and pay a few bills? Is it pretty much gone?
Yep.
By the end of the weekend, you're probably just spending everything that is coming in.
That's right. How about two?
Number two is don't worry about saving. Pay yourself last. If I have enough at the end of everything I want to do, then I'll take that and save it. You might have $5 to save.
And you know how the power company is not going to take $10 when you owe $100. So it's probably better to be on a budget.
Yeah. In Proverbs, it actually says, the wise store up choice food and oil, which is actually just riches, but the fool gulps theirs down. Just eat it all.
That's right.
Number three.
Number three is eat out at restaurants all the time. Now, if Krista and I were millionaires, I'd be all down with this.
He loves to eat out.
I would love to eat out all the time. But we
I
have
like
obligations
to eat out too, but
and we have a house payment. So even with that, we still got a budget. So
yep.
I highly suggest that you don't eat out all the time.
Yeah.
If you have it in the budget,
save it for
you
a
can
nice
make it
occasion or once
Exactly.
a week or something like that. Put it in the budget.
Exactly.
Number four, you listen to the advice of friends that don't know how to manage their money. If all of the friends that are encircling you are bad at with money, you may not want to be listening to them.
Yeah, why would you do that?
Or if everyone that surrounds you loves to just spend their money and buy fancy things even though they don't have the money, or they want to go on trips when they haven't even saved anything, you might want to reconsider your friends, or at least getting yourself some people with wise words. Surround yourself with wisdom.
Yeah, 1 Corinthians 15:33 says bad company corrupts good character. So, if you hang out with horse thieves, you're probably going to become a horse thief. Just saying. Not that that's prevalent for today. Well, for the most part, it's not prevalent for today. This isn't Wyatt Earp days, but just things to think about. Whoever you hang out with, you're going to take on those characteristics, and you better think about, are you really wanting to hang out with those people? Are they positive and encouraging in your life, or are they dragging you down? So, especially your money.
Yep.
Number 5, keep everything for yourself. And this is where Krista and I thought of Finding Nemo.
Mine. Mine.
So, if you're all about yourself and you're stingy and you're greedy and it's all about mine, then you know what? That's a great bad habit to have. That's good for you. And you're not helping others.
Okay, number 6 is a big one. If you're a homeowner or about to be a homeowner, you get the wrong kind of loans. You either get a 30-year, which a lot of us do.
Yeah, but have we learned?
We have learned our lessons.
That's
so
right.
we like to say, we live this so you don't have to.
That's right.
Or a HELOC or an ARM. So once again, we live these things so that you don't have to listen to our advice. Why, Jay?
Because if you look at, say, we are 52, if we have a 30...
I'm 29.
Krista's 29. I'm 52. But if we have a 30-year mortgage and I'm 52, that takes us to what? 82. I don't think I'll be here when I'm 82. And to have your house paid off at the ripe old age of 82, that's terrible. The other thing is a HELOC account, and a lot of you newlyweds, soon to be married, young marrieds, probably have no idea what a HELOC is. Enjoy that coffee, Krista. Compliments of Tyson and the group over at Full Steam Espresso. Another plug for them, just saying. And HELOC account is a home equity line of credit. You take out a line of credit against your home. The bad part about it is not only now do you have your first mortgage, but you have a HELOC, which is basically a second mortgage. And it's usually at a higher percentage rate, and it's a hefty payment. So,
don't do it.
Bad idea. The second thing to not do, in addition to the 30-year mortgage, but the second thing not to do is get a ARM account, and that stands for adjustable rate mortgage. So,
been there, done that, don't do it.
When you have an adjustable rate mortgage, an ARM account, you do really well when the economy's bad. Why would you want to live in a bad economy all the time? So your payment is so nice. And then all of a sudden the economy starts to thrive and does really well. What does that do to
it adjusts your mortgage.
The mortgage rates go up. Well, that means your house payment is going to go up and skyrocket. And guess what? You're probably going to lose your house because you can't make your house payment because they just jacked up the rate through the ceiling.
Because your job probably didn't give you a raise either.
That's right. That's right. The cost of living didn't happen for you. The economy's doing good.
But if it did everywhere else. So
exactly.
Yes. So those are some things not to do, and take our advice. We have messed up in marriage and in life just so we can help you.
That's right.
That was our purpose.
Isn't that awesome? Number 7, and this is the last one for bad money habits. Have no plan. Take your money, run with it. Throw it around the yard, throw it around your backyard, front yard, throw it around the house. Who cares? Just waste all your money. That is a bad habit. Very, very
bad habit. But here's the best part.
There's hope.
You can't necessarily get rid of bad habits. We've all learned that. You can't get rid of a bad smoking habit unless you replace it with something else. Gum, something. You can't get rid of a bad habit as far as diet and exercise without replacing it with good. You can't take the bad food out of your life, like the gummies that you just did to stop smoking.
That's right.
Now you got to get rid of the gummies. So now you got to replace those with carrots. So same with money.
Carrots.
You can't get rid of a bad... Well, it's better than gummies.
I'm not eating carrots, but that's a whole nother story. Go ahead.
So we're back on track.
That's right.
So you can't get rid of a bad habit without replacing it with the good. So let's give you 7 good habits that you can replace the bad habits with so that you can build wealth for the future. Number 1, Jay.
Track your spending. So we've talked about this already in previous videos. Dave Ramsey, Financial Peace, all of the stuff that we've already told you, you need to get some of these. These are little composite books from
Dollar
Store. You can get a pack for four.
You can put that in the budget.
Pack of 4 or 5 for $1. You just jot down your spending, the date, where it was, and how much you spent. And you
Spend it on the coffee, you write it down.
Yeah, but it's in the budget. But you use those, and those little booklets will come in handy for you big time, because then you'll be able to see where you're spending your money.
You can also, some people like to do like a spreadsheet on a computer. And then just at the end of the day, they take their little book and then they put it and it puts it in categories. And then you can see where your money's going.
Yep.
Just so you can make some adjustments.
Yep.
Yep. I mean, if you're having 5 coffees a day, maybe you can take it down to 3.
No. Krista, tell them about number 2.
Number 2, use the envelope system. Dave Ramsey, we actually brought our envelope system, our very own personal one. This is from the Dave Ramsey program. You can get it online. You can also just use envelopes. Let's just show you a couple. Like, we have food here. We have actually an envelope for entertainment. We have one for hair, nails, when I was getting nails done. We have one here for clothing.
Yep.
Oil changes.
Car repairs. Gifts and Christmas.
Gifts and Christmas. You can be setting set. Let's talk about this. What happened yesterday? What did we get in the mail?
We got our Costco bill in the mail yesterday.
So what do we have is an envelope where $5 a month was put in this, and then slowly we exchange them.
Envelope.
And guess what? At the end of the year,
we got $70. This is only $60. Guess what we get to do? We get to go to Full Steam Espresso and get more coffees.
Yeah, because it's only
after we
got
pay
extra
our Costco
10.
bill. That's right.
So yeah, like even just 5. It's funny because you put $5 a month in here, and you don't realize it at the end of the year. You've got your Costco membership paid. And the same thing, we have some like long-term ones, or we have like I have a pet envelope in here.
Yeah.
This is Jay's.
Blow money.
Blow money.
That's more coffees.
Jay gets money in there so that he can go get
more coffees.
Whatever he wants.
More coffees.
More coffees.
That's right.
So yeah, so have yourself
the envelope system.
The envelope system. Yep. If you put money every paycheck in here, just little bits, and you only spend from those categories, you're going to be amazed at how the feeling of cash is.
Yep.
You're going to be careful. You're not going to take it out of other areas.
Yep.
And you will have what you need when you need it.
Absolutely. And we're moving on to number 3 on the good money habits. And that is get creative on saving money. Number 1, TV. If you have channels you don't use, unsubscribe. Why would you continue to pay $14.99 or $11.99 or $9.99?
We did that this summer. We were like, we haven't even been watching
that
these.
You don't watch. Yeah, that's foolish. Just delete them, remove them, unsubscribe, get your money back in your account. I mean, if you're not watching them, why have them? It's stupid, right? Yeah. And then the other one is shopping. Not everything has to be name brand. We know that you'll probably agree with us on this. So some things should be name brand because you know the generic version of like soaps or something else is,
we just got some
really bad
non-name brand soap.
Yeah, soft
soap, and it's like squirt. We're like, okay, that wasn't so good.
It's not soft soap. It's like liquid, watery yuck. Won't buy that again.
But test it out. Test it out. You have to try.
Yeah.
To see if you can save some money. Sorry.
But what I'm saying is some of the things you need
too much.
Name brand. I know. Too much coffee. Other things you know that you need to have name brand. So just explore your options and try to save money where you can. If you save $2 a month on cutting back on name brand stuff, I mean, that's, a decent savings at the end of the year. You may as well. I mean, it's $24 saved at the end of the year. You save $5 a month. I mean, you can just increase your savings and put that money in a savings account. The other thing is save your change. So I started doing this a long time ago, and I save my quarters, dimes, nickels, pennies. I put them in separate, like simply juice containers or whatever, and I almost have them all full. Well, when I go to the bank, it's going to be a nice chunk of change. And I've done it in the past, and I continue to do it. And it can go in our savings account. It can buy more coffees. It can be for whatever you want it to be for. So that is number 3. How about number 4, Krista?
Number 4, set a goal to pay off the house early. If you've already put money in savings, you've already paid off all your credit cards, and you can find a little extra cash besides what you're putting in savings, try to start putting it towards the house.
Yep.
Pay off your house early. You'd be amazed if you write in when you're sending your house payment that you want the extra to go just to the principal.
Yeah, $50, $100, 200, 5, whatever you can afford.
Yeah.
And even if you get a bonus, you can take that bonus and throw it towards the principal of the house.
What would your life be like without a house payment? Yep. What would your life be like if you didn't have a car payment? All of these kind of things. You'd have all that extra to put in savings, to buy more coffee, to do whatever you want.
More coffee.
We want you to succeed.
The other thing, too, to think about is also, if you didn't have a house payment, picture it this way. So you just paid your house off, and say your house payment was $600 or $800 or $1,500 a month or whatever it is. You paid your house off. Now that money is yours. You just gave yourself a huge raise at your job per month because your house is paid off. Why would you not want to do that?
Yep.
And that's cash coming in from your job that now it's free and clear because it's all yours to, help others, whatever you want to do with it. Save it, build your wealth with it. I mean, there's no reason why you shouldn't pay your house off. So that's another thing. The next one is, what are we on?
You're number 5. And
Quit
that's you.
Using credit cards. Oh, so redundant. Quit using credit cards. Don't use them. Pay off your credit cards. Cut them up. Close the accounts. You have wasted. We have wasted. We learned this a long time ago. All your credit cards that you're using, you're paying all this money in interest. Why would you do that to yourself? Why wouldn't you want to save all that money in interest? And if you really want to buy something, why don't you just save the cash up and put it in a savings account and label that savings account for that boat or that car or that truck or that stereo or that this or that.
Part B, which is
start a savings.
Start a savings. So 5B is start a savings instead of the credit cards and pay yourself first.
Absolutely.
Rich people pay themselves first.
Yep.
People who have built wealth, before they even pay any bills or anything, they make sure they have allotted a money that is going into savings or stocks or whatever they're doing.
Funds.
Mutual funds.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yep.
So make sure you pay yourself first. And also on that, you say, well, I don't have the extra money. There is a thing called Parkinson's Law, and it is the adage that the work expands to fill the time allotted for its completion. In other words, if you have a project and you're like, I have 2 weeks to complete it, you will expand your work all the way to the time because you'll procrastinate and then you'll cram it at the end. But if you allotted yourself maybe a day or two for that same project, you would work hard and you would get it done in that same amount of time. The same is with finances. So if you have so much per month and your bills go all the way up to that, you get a raise or you get something and you get a little bit more, somehow your expenses go all the way to
max out.
Yeah, every single time we got a raise through the years, our expenses somehow kind of filled that.
Well, everybody lives beyond their means. Everybody spends up to the max that they are bringing in. Going back to credit cards really quick. You go get that next credit card because you maxed out the first one. So then you start working on the second one. You max that out. Then all these payments are taking away from your paycheck. Suddenly, you're living beyond your means. Your amount of money you make is here, but your debt is here.
So if you are living fine and you get a raise, don't raise your spending, raise your saving.
Exactly.
So that little bit that's extra, just stay where you were and be tight and put extra in savings.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Number 7, the last good
Nope.
money habit.
Number 6.
Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Too much coffee.
Number 6
Number
is
6?
find joy in giving. So there is something in the way of giving that actually brings more back to you. It's just, you can see statistics on it, and there's something about the joy. I don't know what it is, but there's so much joy in giving. Find someone who needs groceries. You hear of something, have a giving account where you put money in there. And so when you are out and about and you hear of a need, you're able to pay for somebody's utilities, something. Somehow that joy turns around in your life to bring you more.
Yep.
And it's just a greater way of living. So number 6 is find joy in giving.
And number 7 is, and the final one is, make a plan. Don't just randomly run like a crazy person with his head cut off like a chicken, all over the place. Make a plan.
The B word.
Get a budget.
Budget.
Get a budget together.
Do not be afraid
Make
of
a
the
budget.
B word.
Stick to a budget. I was very afraid of the budget word because I thought that was going to take the fun away. But with our budget, we added in the fun money. So therefore, it was okay.
Yeah. So get a plan, make a budget. We'll have other videos on making a budget. And we just hope that you can replace your bad habits
with good habits.
With good habits. One at a time. Maybe take one at a time.
One at a time. Baby steps.
Baby steps. But that's all we have for today.
That's it. We have a lot of coffee, a lot of energy. So till next time, this is Jay and Krista helping you say I do forever. See you guys.
See ya.